Hi guys, winter is upon us, and during this time we tend to want things that are warm, especially if it's snowing outside or it's freezing. Now I've decided to make some lentil soup, and this is a quick one. It usually takes an hour to an hour and 20 minutes the most, depending on the meat, but the lentil itself cooks very quickly. No, you may use whatever meat you prefer because I've used chicken, I've used turkey neck, I've used chicken foot, whatever meat you like. Lentil soup is like that, it adapts easily. Well, today I'll be using beef, and if you'd like to see me do this, then please continue watching. Today I'll be making some lentil soup. Now I'm using a soup broth with different types of lentils. So in this bag I have red, yellow and green split lentils. I have also some dried marrowfat peas and some barley. So you can use the combination that you like. You can use lentil alone or you can buy barley and mix it. Now I'll be using some beef which is already washed, and cleaned, and you can use chicken, whatever meat you like. I'll be using some pumpkin, sweet potato and some Irish potato. I'll also be adding some mixed vegetables, frozen vegetables, and dough for dumpling or spinners. This is extremely essential when it comes to Jamaican soup. You must have spinners and you must have dumpling. Now this is our bowl with seasonings. Right here we have some pimento berries, 2 stalks of scallion or spring onion. We have 2 scotch bonnet pepper, 1 green, this will be cooking without cutting, and this will cut a slice to give it some flavor. We have some garlic, 2 stock cubes. We might not use 2, but we'll taste as we go along. Here we have half a teaspoon of garlic powder and some green seasoning, half a teaspoon of green seasoning. Then we have some onion seasoning, a teaspoon of onion seasoning, Italian herb, and also some thyme. Now we have some salt. We'll be using a little salt if it's needed, and we'll be using some soy sauce. And we also have a soup mix, a pot soup mix. Now it's time to season the beef. Now this part is optional, but for me, I like my meat to be tasty in my soup. Now we're using about a teaspoon of soy sauce, and it's just for color. Now we're gonna use half of the green seasoning and the garlic seasoning. We're saving the other half for the soup. We're gonna use our onion seasoning. Now we're gonna just add a dash of salt. Remember the soy sauce is salty, so we don't want it to be too salty. And then we're gonna massage everything into the beef. Now we're going to put this away while we wash our lentils. Here we have it. I'll be using a cup and a half because it does swell. A cup and a half goes a long way. Give it a quick rinse, and then we're going to put it down to drain while we get on with the beef. Now turning our stove to high, We're going to just throw the beef in. No water, no oil. Now you're going to cover it for a little while so that it will sweat and bring out its own juice. Okay. The reason for doing this is that sometimes you buy the meat at the store and when you cook it, it has a funny taste. And I do believe that maybe they have it in the freezer for a long time. So what I'm trying to do here is to remove any of that taste by frying off any liquid within the meat. You still have a little more liquid in the pot, so let's give it a few more minutes, alright? Now while the beef is simmering, we will be peeling our potatoes and pumpkin. Now for those who are not meat lovers, you can easily do this soup and it is just as flavorful by frying up your onions, sweet peppers, bell peppers, garlic and all the other seasoning in a little olive oil, and then you start cooking your soup and it is just as tasty. Let's go check our beef again. Just 2 more minutes and it will be there. 2 more minutes. Now it's there. This is what we want. One more liquid. Very good. So we eliminate that taste. Now it's time to add our lentils. A little while. Then we're going to add some boiling water. We're going to add about 4 cups of boiling water. Okay. We're going to add our pumpkin. Only our pumpkin. And now I'm going to add my pimento berries and some garlic. And at this point I'm adding 1 stock cube. 1 stock cube. Now we might not use the other because remember we use the soy sauce and the beef is already seasoned. So we're going to put the stock cube in and we're going to cover our pressure pot on medium. As soon as it starts whistling, you turn it to medium. Now after half an hour cooking, I realized that I needed water, so I'm just pouring some boiling water, maybe another 3 to 4 cups, yeah? And then we're going to add seasoning because the lentil is cooked, the barley is cooked, the meat is partially cooked, and we just need to start seasoning and then add the other food items. Now at this point we're going to add our other food items, the sweet and Irish potatoes. And we're going to adjust our stove now to medium. We're going to come back and check after 15 minutes. Remember, we're not putting back the pressure top on. We're going to cover it with the other top. Along with the food stuff, remember to put your mixed vegetable. I had forgotten mine, so I'm putting it in now. Time to add my green scotch bonnet and also the dry herbs. Now I'm going to use about a teaspoon of Italian herbs and half a teaspoon of thyme. We're going to allow this to cook for another 12 minutes. In another 12 minutes, we'll check our pot again. Now after 15 minutes, which takes us up to 45 minutes, we're going to add the rest of seasoning that we had left after we seasoned the beef, and a piece of red pepper. Now that's the one for heat, because we have the green one for flavor, the red one is for the heat. Then we're going to add our scallion, which I have just sliced down the middle. We're going to allow it to cook. Now, lentil soup can get very thick, so what I'm going to do is add a cup of boiling water. This is where we'll be putting our dumpling and spinners in. So let's go. Now I'm going to use about a tablespoon of this. I'm not using all of it because the soup is already thick, and this is actually a thickener. The soup is actually a thickener. So I instead of using the entire pack, I'm going to use another cube of the Knorr cube, sorry, a stock cube. I'm going to use the other stock cube for salt and flavor. Because this powder, this seasoning, this soup mix will make the soup much thicker than it is. Using half of the stock cube, and we're going to allow it to cook for another 15 minutes. Okay. Now here we have it, a little over an hour, and soup done. Guys, this was just what we needed for the cold weather. It took less than, or a little over an hour to make. Now if you don't want yours very thick, then use less of the lentil, because lentil tends to get very thick when it is cooked. But I didn't mind the thickness. I enjoyed it tremendously. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to share, like, give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time watching, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.